see they're both into the game already, and we're going to start out with an Abbasid Holy Roman Empire matchup here in game number 1.
Knockout is the stakes of this game right here. It looks like the map is high view. Isn't it high view? Or is this Lipany?
This has to be high view.
Yeah, that's high view.
Yeah.
Holy Roman Empire on high view.
Holy Roman Empire on high view. Oh, how the cookie crumbles.
Yeah. This, okay. So the good thing for Holy Roman Empire is there are a lot of trees and they like to have wood so they can make many farms. They don't really like King of the Hill because of the lack of lumber, so that's a thing. The harder thing is you need a lot of scouting time in order to find where all the relics are. There's less vision because of the forest restriction on the vision. And then sometimes you have a little bit less of a handle on what your opponent is doing because your scouts are busy not checking your opponent's base. Leenock went with Abbasid Dynasty. This is one of the strongest emerging civilizations of the tournament. It's been the most picked with a 50% win rate. I think that belies just how good it is.
I think it's just consistent.
Yeah, it's
like
consistent.
Especially with the 2TC play, it's so consistent and it's so hard to punish. But talk about a civ that's hard to punish. Holy Roman Empire, and you're going to play into a passive start with Abbasid. Will they have enough time to go out there and get those relics and get themselves in a situation that makes them look so dangerous?
That's the interesting question, and that's what it's going to be about. So every civilization has their favorite hobbies going into a game. And in this situation, the hobby for Holy Roman Empire really kicks off from the 8+ minute mark. The sickest, fastest castle can reach before minute 8, and that's without any defense or chaperones or accompaniment for the prelates. It's just straight up balls to the wall, prelates to the relics. That's pre-8 minutes. So let's just posit that anywhere between the 8 to 9.5 minute mark, Holy Roman Empire tries to make their mark on the world. Abbasid Dynasty does that from the 5 to 6 minute mark. They're getting their second TC. That's when they're starting to ramp up their economy. And after that initial investment... Wait, why is he making the Aachen Chapel on wood specifically and not even on gold at all? That's interesting. He really
covers the berries a little bit, but...
Does it cover the stone? No.
Is he afraid of it being too far forward? Is he afraid of that forward pressure coming?
Oh.
But against Abbasid...
Yeah, I guess, so... What Abbasid generally tries to do in this matchup, against the expected thing, yeah? They take their second TC, then double stables, and 1 archery range.
Yep.
Mass horsemen, couple of camo archers, and they just absolutely flood the map and flood the Holy Roman Empire base with horsemen and camo archers. Even if you're trying to get relics, trying to defend with what? Couple of knights, 3 spears, 2 men-at-arms.
Yep.
It's generally not enough against such a flood, and you get to snipe off so many prelates that Holy Roman never gets that big payoff that they are seeking. And denying the Aachen Chapel, either with towers or horsemen, that's something LucifroN is afraid of, apparently. So he's choosing to curb his greed and focus really on the true primary resource for the first 7 minutes of the game, which is wood.
I think we saw a perfect example of that yesterday. I believe it was against the English, and I believe it was Beastyqt. And his Aachen Chapel... See, I can't even say it the same way. See, now you're...
Aachen.
Aachen Chapel. There we go. American-Canadian pronunciation right there.
Fine.
The Aachen Chapel was underneath an outpost and was completely idle. Like, there was no eco around it. So that's the risk, right? If you put it too far forward on the multiple resources. And he's decided to put it in a very safe location. And I guess... Theoretically, once he gets those relics in, he won't need the gold out there.
Yeah, I suppose so. That's true. It does make it a little bit slower to go to Castle Age, to get that third, that fourth prelate, and so on. But yeah, I like that he's playing it safe. This match, more than any match today, has an extreme weight on it.
Yes.
$5,000 and elimination. The minimum amount of prize money that there was to be earned for their participation in this 11-day event, or 7.5 minimum, so at least $2,500 is what they're playing for here in this best of 5. That's going to take anywhere from 1 to 3 hours, right, depending on how long the games go, and the advancement potentially to go all the way to $12.5K, to $20K, $30K, and better placements, better honor, better notoriety, and so on.
Do you see this?
I see
Archery
this.
range stable. Leenock not on stone.
Bro. Okay.
Not on stone.
So LucifroN's making a couple of spears. Leenock not on stone. So I have described recently for Beastyqt how you can play against Holy Roman. You've got two options. You open Horseman Archer, Horseman Camel Archer. You open with it, and you stop Castle from beginning by harassing gold. Or you second TC first, you allow Castle to happen, but you stop it.
The prelates from coming out, yeah.
Correct. So he's gone for option number 1. Oh, that's a barracks
That's a
too.
barracks. He's going very aggressive here.
Leenock.
I believe.
Wow. So he wants to stop Castle from happening. The gold is harassable. The first farms are coming down from LucifroN. He's also preparing for a feudal game. He's got a great Agachap. What a
great transition there. Oh my god.
Do we cast upside down now? Wow.
We live in a 3-dimensional plane, folks.
Hashtag production. Hashtag N4C. Wow. Awesome. 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 So that's cool. That's cool. So, wow. They're both of them going for 1-1-1. Barrack stable range. Both of them. This is amazing. 3 farms already.
Yeah, and we got some farms, like you said, coming down for HRE. So he's going to try and sustain this production without going too far afield, and he's going to keep them under that chapel right there. Camel Archer's already coming out. We got the Horseman coming out as well, and Spearman being mixed into that composition. So Leenock's going to make full use of those stealth forests to approach. He will run into the Spearman here from LucifroN, and LucifroN's not going to like the looks of that Camel Archer.
Yeah. Yeah, nor do his horses. They're going to do 20% less damage, 7 instead of 9, which I guess technically is more than 20% less.
Okay, so how many production buildings? Is this going to be an all-in feudal? How many more production buildings are they going to add?
They're both playing feudally responsible. They're answering force with a likewise force. 2 forces in opposite direction may cancel each other out until one gets the upper hand, and then it may transition to an all-in.
Yeah.
But they can't know for sure yet, right?
Yeah. The thing that troubles me in this matchup is if you, let's say you stalemate. Both of you stalemate in feudal age with similar armies.
Yeah.
As soon as you get to Castle Age, you can go into your strength as the Holy Roman Empire.
Right.
As soon as you get to Castle Age with Beastyqt, you would have needed to already be on stone.
Correct.
To try and get that second town center up. So it feels like as long as this is stalemated, it's working more into Leenock's favor.
Into
LucifroN's favor. Yeah, sorry.
I love how you described that. And I agree with that very strongly. And which is why I think that this is a cerebral LucifroN Holy Roman Empire play, and why we should see this more. Like, for instance, right, that game you just talked about, the Aachen Chapel covered by an outpost, and not procuring any inspiration for the villagers.
Yep.
That was against English.
Yep.
I think you should mind work against English with Holy Roman. Get some cheap upgrades and just stabilize, because you're fine to draw it out. You've got to get income, and if ever you win a battle, you go to castle, you still get your relics. It's later, yes, but now you've got your payoff. And
it doesn't matter if you have a 30-minute castle age if your opponent has a 30-minute castle age too.
Yeah, so long as you're not dying.
Yeah, exactly.
And this is how Holy Roman Empire tends to lose the most. It's by dying.
I mean, technically,
everyone does.
I hate to hit you with the... Technically, that's how most civilizations tend to lose.
Well... That is true. That is true, and I don't really have a counter answer to that. I didn't think that far. Still waters sometimes do not run deep, but in this case, I do think it is fitting for Holy Roman Empire to see the game that way, where you delay losing rather than seeking to win, protract, and say, I'm better off in the long term.
Although, Leenock now using the full mobility of his army, and he has range units with max mobility as well, which really adds to that horseman force at the back, and he's going to draw the army back there from LucifroN, and then maybe he can potentially hit the gold. You see him hanging out in that stealth forest. He's waiting for an opportunity. He's trying to draw in the military, and LucifroN is scared to engage against his stuff at the back because he knows the army is there in the front. I wonder if Leenock showed him the army in the front on purpose so that he could hit this stuff at the back, but now LucifroN says, okay, I'm just going to go in.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I like that. LucifroN lost about 3 to 4 villagers. This is a great result for Leenock. His units are a little bit AFK. LucifroN is shoving his units to try and catch, but I think he took a lot of damage. He does kill some army. He's not really drawing far ahead, and he's still got a force at home to worry about. Keep in mind that building harassment is not too effective for Leenock, since Holy Roman Empire can do a repair. Yeah, LucifroN is just hard shoving. He decided it's go time and is coming in here. Does a little bit of a deny on the berries. There's that auto repair.
Yeah, auto repair. Oftentimes you see players forget about that in both positions, attack and defense, but LucifoN remembering that he has that function, and Leenock is going to continue to pressure at the back there. LucifroN had to pull back at the front, and Leenock is right in on the berries once again. And with those camel archers behind, he's going to be able to pick off 2 villagers here. And more idle time there for LucifroN. Villager count now 37 to 31 in favor of Leenock, both players with wheelbarrow.
Yeah, LucifroN said, what are you going to do? Attack me again? As Leenock attacked him again. On the undefended villagers on the mill. This is, yeah, I mean, kind of predictable. Maybe he thought, oh, pincer movement. He's coming in to stab these camel archers from the side. Spear Pokeboys get a good few shots in. Second camel archer falls. That's 480 resources falling for Leenock. LucifroN, who lost a lot of villagers, who nonetheless most likely has the economy advantage, kind of looking at the income per minute, about 1,000 plus. No, Leenock actually is gathering a little bit more. Maybe that berry bonus and that golden age bonus. Plus, of course, 7 more villagers. So economy slightly in the lead for Leenock.
Yep.
LucifroN now killed a couple of units. Can he convert that to more map control and maybe even villager kills?
Well, the armies are going to run into each other once again in this stealth forest. We got LucifroN with 38 military, Leenock with 36, still none at the back anymore from Leenock at the back of LucifroN's base. Losing those camel archers really hurts here because you're not getting the damage reduction from the horsemen anymore.
Micro battle, so good. LucifroN held back a couple of spears to protect his archers from the horsemen. Now his own horsemen are into spears a little bit. There's 3 unit types, and it makes for such interesting battles as they focus each other's archers. It's really hard to see who's going to be coming out on top. It's a massive battle of attrition as victims and casualties on both sides.
I think it's Leenock. I think his reinforcements are just closer. That horseman, those 2 horsemen coming in was super clutch there.
There's a couple of spears still. You can see them sticking out. 4 spears, but the moment he turns them around is when Leenock would surely focus them down with his flock of archers. LucifroN runs away with his tail between his legs as he waits for reinforcements, but he is suffering more and more losses.
Yeah, and I think Leenock's happy to have these engagements in the middle here as long as LucifroN stays away from his eco, because he knows that he killed villagers earlier.
At any time, either of these players could choose to send horsemen around the side, try to harass villagers. They're choosing not to. Perhaps not only in a attention deficit, but also very much because they're looking to keep their army together to try and win out in this way. And LucifroN procured enough resources to start the Regnitz Cathedral.
And I think Leenock needs to be looking at relic positions as soon as he sees that Age 3 come in. And we can look at the relic positions here. There's 2 to the left, very, very close to LucifroN's base. There's another one in the right corner. I wonder what Leenock has scouted here. Can he see all of these relics?
Okay,
oh
Leenock.
My God! Oh my! Can we go to that again? He's
Leenock
missing
knows.
all of them.
No, he knows they disappeared from the minimap because of the bug. You need to see if he has the vision on them. He doesn't know about the one on the right,
or the one on the left.
He knows about the 2 on the left. If they're even on the edge of the vision at all, you would see them. I'm 90% sure he knows about the 2 on the left. Here's the thing: I don't think LucifroN should finish his age, which he just did, right? Without prelates already in position. This is giving reaction speed to Leenock to act. If you first put prelates there, you hold your Regnitz at 99%, then you can pick them up as you reach, which generally has a big advantage. Now Leenock is pushing in, he's preventing the focus that is required to send prelates to respective position, starting to harass villagers and army here. Leenock has an advantage of 11 villagers right now. LucifroN can come back in this, but he must have the relics.
I love the aggression there from Leenock. He took that window, he knew that LucifroN had to have spent resources to go up to the next stage and probably wasn't producing military behind it, pushes into that wood line, kills a few villagers, hangs out there for a little bit, and still continues to mass army here. 26 military on the field from Leenock, 16 military on the field from LucifroN, and Leenock's about to go up to the next stage.
Leenock has those resources, but the relics are ripe for the picking. One prelate, I believe, was on the way. for LucifroN to the right, if I'm not mistaken. He's gathering a lot of gold as well. You know, besides picking up relics, what else is he looking to do? Maybe get some unit upgrades. There's his first knight. He hasn't picked any relics yet.
He doesn't have a prelate in production either.
How many prelates does he have? Can we see?
Well, that's -1 right there. Okay, let's do the math. -1.
So we look at this. Okay, he's got 0 on the field, 0 in the Ark and Chapel.
-none.
What's 0 plus 0?
That's none.
Wow.
It's a bold strategy.
Yeah, so he might have gone Burgrave Palace for now.
He had no gold. He had to go all the way out to the right here.
So that's what I mean, right? Don't rush castle if you can't use it.
Yep.
He rushes it with 15 villagers. To what end? You're not immediately getting a knight. You're not immediately going veteran archers, veteran horsemen, veteran spearmen. You're not immediately picking up. What does the castle do? Do you get quicker villager production? No. Damn! HAG88 with the 50 gift subs. Thank you so much for supporting Neely's tournament N4C here. But yeah, he didn't get any advantages from that. Now he's forced to fight, try to buy time for prelates to get some relics, but
and
he doesn't have a single one
are
yet.
here too, which is going to help out Leenock a lot. Good positioning around there on the archers, using that stealth force, going all the way around and trying to get hits on them. He's going to back up with his main archer force. He's trying to make an outpost there, probably needs to deny that, but can hit the reinforcements and can loop around to the back of LucifroN's base. Does Leenock have enough to defend against these knights? I believe he does, and LucifroN is going to have to worry about this force forward.
Wow, this is a decent attack here, right, by LucifroN. He's making a prelate now as well. He's finally getting enough gold. Still not a single relic to his name. Now sending out prelates once again. Leenock still with a big lead in villagers, 14. Starting to defend these knights a little bit as well, but those are veteran archers if I'm not mistaken.
There's nothing to put into the TC other than the archers.
Well, I think you still do it just to
There we
save
go.
them.
There's the villagers right there. So you're going to get a little bit of extra fire there, and the archers go inside.
Crossbows getting immediately slaughtered by the knights. There's one more crossbow shooting from the left side. It gets a knight to his name. The knights come in and slay it. LucifroN is finding a window to hurt Leenock, who has reached Castle Age, who is trying to get spears, crossbows, and knights out. But this is a tier 3 army, an H3 army of knights that is causing a lot of havoc.
Yeah, it was causing a lot of havoc. Now it's about to go down, but still Leenock taking a bit of damage there, and that gives LucifroN enough time to grab the relic on the right. He's going to grab the relic in the north there and bring them back. So 2 relic income. He can now think about pulling the villagers off gold and putting them onto something else, and he's going to start building even more farms behind that. And 2 wolves chasing the prelate, but he should get home in time. And the villagers are coming off gold indeed. He is going to be in a decent position. Remember, Leenock did not go for that second TC. So all of this economy he's ahead by is just villagers that he's killed.
Yeah, and he's got a good few set of economy upgrades as well. What Leenock needs is to deal real damage and really hurt Holy Roman Empire. Oh, wow, that's a lot of villager kills.
Did he go for that second TC? I think there might be one in the back there.
Bottom left?
Yeah,
can we see bottom left? A little bit down, middle. Yeah, okay,
he did. Okay.
Double TC, bunch of eco upgrades, but he lost a lot of villagers. Plus, every relic is worth 7.5 villagers. 2 times 7.5 is 15, plus 44 is 59. Leenock 52. Does have eco upgrades. Right now, I would say LucifroN's economy is 5% better. Who has a bigger army? Leenock. Can he use it to do lasting damage? I don't know. Right? Like, even if you kill villagers, Holy Roman is getting so much gold, all they need is food. He must attack LucifroN's food income. Otherwise, a couple of minutes hence, Palace of Swabia starts.
That chapel's not looking too bad now.
Not looking too bad at all. I love that location. If he had been greedy, try to get faster castle, where would it be? It'd be harassable. Every single farmland would be harassable.
Yep, and Spearman now taking care of the knights in the back. Leenock is still on stone too, so maybe even thinking about another one. Oh, he's made a 3rd TC over there to the right.
Bro.
Perfect. So he's going to increase his economic lead here. But like you said, those relics being in there means that LucifroN needs 0 villagers on gold and only needs food. And now he's even heading out towards that 3rd one with some armies. So maybe thinking to secure that. But Leenock, once again, only sticking to the stealth forest here as he loops his way around.
Actually, really, really smart. I see he's using it so consciously to sneak armies in. I love it. Walls could help, outposts could help, but they're not there. They're an expense. that you sometimes wish not to make. Suddenly, a cavalry force strikes from behind. Leenock is looking to take down some villagers.
Unexpected raid coming in here.
Yeah. And the prelate is left behind.
And villagers going down here. I think that was 3 villagers at least, but Leenock now losing 5 villagers on the berries there. The rest of them will escape, but more knights on the way. And the force from Leenock needs to run away because there's crossbows in defense now from LucifroN. Villager count right now, 59 for Leenock, 47 for LucifroN. But remember, those 2 relics inside and potentially a 3rd one soon.
Of course, Leenock has made himself very resilient to villager raids by having 3 town centers. On the other hand, it has removed the ability from him to spend wood and gold towards mangonel productions in the field to try and rush the Aachen Chapel itself, to take on the Aachen Chapel and go to take down some farms, which is the livelihood for LucifroN. So while LucifroN is much lower in population, I've seen Holy Roman Empire players pull through in situations like these. Typically, you would need wooden or stone walls, get Swabia, and then boom off of that for a bit. But LucifroN is piling on the pressure, even though he's got less than half the population.
Yep.
In army.
Leenock has just cleared up a bunch of that cavalry in his base, and now Leenock is clearing up a crazy amount of villagers here on the berries. LucifroN doesn't notice this.
Oh my
He's
God.
busy on the other side. He was pulling his cavalry away. He still hasn't noticed this.
He noticed it. You can see him lean forward in his chair as he decides that, as he finally sees this, he's lost more than 5 villagers. Oh, he can't be happy with that. Down to 32 villagers, down to 51 population. He's got 3 relics in his control. Oh my God, 3 relics in that Reckness. He's getting loads of gold. He's got the money for Swabia. Dave, make or break moment.
Make or break moment here as he goes up to age 4 and he can start printing pretty soon. So that villager lead could potentially even out, although it's still a long way to go. Like, that's double the amount of villagers, and Leenock has 3 town centers.
And it takes a bit of time for Swabia to kick off, like you said, and Leenock is working.
That's a big military, too. Oh, my goodness. 53 military population. Look at the eco upgrades for Leenock, too. He's got the mining upgrade. He's getting the 2nd wood upgrade. He's got the 2 food upgrades, wheelbarrow.
He's hooked to those eco upgrades, and they've kicked in, and he has survived until now. And now comes the mangonel push. I think he's scouting the Swabia. Yeah, he sees the Swabia. He knows it's go time. No matter what, Leenock is going to go full throttle. He's going to drive into the wall that's LucifroN, and we will see how cemented LucifroN is. Can he hold? He just reaches. Does he have money to do anything? He starts a knight. He's got no money to get any of the elite upgrades.
That's all his farming eco at the front there. He set it all up at the front there underneath the chapel. There's a few at the back, but the mangonels are now hitting the farms, and look at that. The HP is falling on those, and he's denying all this farmland here. Isn't that beautiful as he attack rounds in the middle?
Wait, what's killing all these springles here?
There was a springled, I believe, in the back there from LucifroN, and I think it was killing the springled from Leenock?
Yeah, I think so.
And now Leenock is attacking the archers with his mangonels, crossbows at the back there, but he's still harassing the farming eco, and LucifroN's food income is going to really drop here.
Look at LucifroN's wood. If he kills all the farms, it's like checkmate. Checkmate by food.
He can never replace them. Yeah, and he's killing them right now.
Yeah, that's pretty much what's happening. I
think the desperation villager pull. The esports desperation villager pull right here.
Oh no, the villager ploy, the villager stratagem, the villager despair. LucifroN has dropped to 60 pop. Leenock is turning on the pressure. He's pushing hard. He wants to make him fold and yield right here, right now in this inaugural match of the knockout. LucifroN trying to do all he can to hold on by the skin of his teeth.
I feel like Leenock can just do anything right now. He can just keep spamming units in here, and LucifroN's really going to struggle to replace any of this economy. He's at 41 villagers right now. Leenock, though, at 80 villagers with double eco upgrades on the wood, on the food, 1 eco upgrade on the mining, and that's it. GG Leenock. Wow. He said, HRE, okay. That's fine. I'm going 1 TC Abbasid. I'm making some camel archers. I'm making some horsemen. I'm adding some archers. I'm raiding all around, and we'll see how you can respond.
Very, very well played by Leenock, and an important first victory here in this map on high view. He delayed the castle age from LucifroN to 13 minutes and 50 seconds.
Yep.
That's about a 5-minute delay to the kind of the average, let's say. 5-minute delay on that kind of relic gold collection. And then by virtue of the pressure that had been exerted on LucifroN had not enough gold to make enough prelates. Then constantly those horse cavalry attacks from the left side through the stealth forest, harassing villagers, denying prelates. So well played. Leenock was all over the place with his multitasking, and he made sure that LucifroN could not move onto the map.
Leenock. I like that. Is that original?
I've heard it before.
Okay. Well, it makes sense. I love the addition of the camel archers early, because it makes that horseman army at the back so much more deadly. Now, he did lose them to bad positioning in the stealth forest to those spearmen, but like he was able to pick 3 villagers back there, and he really made LucifroN pull his whole military back to deal with that once it was heading back along the stealth forest. So great stuff there from Leenock, and I mean, he committed. He didn't go for the double TC and then try to go for one production building or make the stables after the TCs. He went for them right away.
Yeah, it wasn't a stable and one horseman into a second TC.
Archer range stable barracks.
Let's go.
Yeah.
1-1-1. Let's fight. Let's get down and dirty. Let's slow each other down. Now he's got enough villagers to make enough wood and stone to sneak in a second TC while keeping up the pressure. A larger economy that is producing army has more bandwidth to fit in 700 resources for a TC than a tiny economy.
Yep.
So it can be more uninterrupted, the production. Leenock, understanding macroeconomics of Age of Empires 4 at the pro level, is getting a very deserved first victory.
Also, you have to ask questions about the HRE pick on Highview.
I have a big question there.
Yeah.
We've seen 2 funny Holy Roman Empire picks so far. One on Highview here by LucifroN, and one by TheMista on King of the Hill on day 1 or day 2 of the tournament. Both failed. Both would be against common advice, like being into the wind. But they tried it, and now they're wet.
I think they've just been around these other players too often this week. Like, they're trying to play too many mind games almost at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. But, it looked good at first. We liked the Aachen Chapel.
Yep.
We liked the farms, the early farms. He had a nice army. In the end, I don't think it was necessarily the Civ pick that lost him the game. I think it was his ability to split army versus Leenock's ability to split. And you pointed it out. The crucial moment was the attack from the back and from the front at the same time. Leenock has 2 armies. How many did LucifroN have? 1. He kept it in a blob at the front. He could have tried to split. Leenock.
I'm going to see you in my nightmares now. Leenock.
And LucifroN won.
Yeah.
Wow. Maybe that was too far.
That was
a bit too far.
Still processing.
LucifroN army.
Okay, now I get it. Yeah.
But it wasn't that good. Yeah. You're Lucy frowning at my bad pun. Anyway.
So, game number 2. English versus French. Dry Arabia.
English-French?
Yeah, it's a standard, it's just your everyday matchup, Dry Arabia, English versus French.
Okay.
It's El Clásico.
El Clásico.
Exactly. And what are we likely to see here? Is it going to be aggression from the English? Is it going to be the French picking away with knights? Are they going to go for a faster castle age? What's the plan?
If this was TheMista playing English, it would be Council Hall, which can produce longbows, into 0 longbows.
Yeah, into a barracks to 90%. You delete it as soon as they see it, and that's part of the plan.
Yep.
Yeah, and you know what, though? That English play, I have to say, it makes sense because you have so much farming economy behind it.
And then you go, 14 farms, 16 farms, double stable, horsemen.
And they can't go into spears because you have the council hall. You can always counter the spears.
I can make bows anytime I want to,
Exactly.
Mate.
At double the rate. I have 2 archer ranges just sitting here waiting.
Yeah.
Yep.
I love it, actually. Because Abbey of Kings would be better if everything else remains the same.
Yep.
But it won't because they see no council hall.
Exactly. Then you have to add 2 archery ranges.
This is LucifroN, though. This was his specialty civ even into the beta of Age of Empires 4. Now, many people have gotten better at it as well. Back then, the common knowledge or perceived best strategy was always second TC, we'll take it from there. He played that a lot. Much has changed since then. Will French go for I would say likeliest French goes for the deer collection with the Pro Scouts, and LucifroN will do some kind of wheelbarrow farm opening. But there's much ground to be covered in between that, the initial gambit, and the Castle Age attempt.
Yeah. The key here is going to be how many villagers do you lose to the French Knights
Correct.
if he makes a couple of them? Where are your resources? Can you defend them? And will you notice all these little attacks coming in from the side?
If this English was Beastyqt, it would certainly involve an immediate villager moving forward for some of the earliest tower that you could put up, protected by bows and spears.
Yep.
Aggressive, early, outpost control, and then take it from there. I think LucifroN probably likes the same thing.
Yeah, we'll see. I haven't seen many games. Like, I think I cast one set with LucifroN so far, so I'm not still quite familiar. And he's not like a streaming personality that you can watch all the time.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah. Let's figure him out together, and we'll share what we see with the chat. The game has begun. Game number 2 on Dry Arabia. LucifroN in blue as the English towards the north side, the 1 p.m., the 1 o'clock position. And Leenock, as the French, is going to be playing in the red. He's going to be spawning somewhere in the bottom of the map. We'll be seeing that soon. There he is, kind of mirrored opposite. The trading posts kind of behind the bases in both sides. That is the initial setup. And we have a double scout opening from Leenock, and we have a singular scout opening for English, as is fairly common in this matchup.
Yeah, and Leenock with a lot of sheep trailing. I think he has 6 at the right side, and I think he has 2 here at the north. I didn't see many sheep trailing there for LucifroN, so maybe Leenock's going to get the early advantage there. Only 1 under his TC so far, though.
Right now, Leenock has 10.
Yeah.
And LucifroN has
3.
Oh,
2?
My
2.
God. He's got 3 total. 1 carcass and 2 herdables.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my God.
Ooh, and he only went 1 scout.
So this is why, when you are a single scout, you must wrap a warm blanket around yourself. You must go in a circle around the TC, and you're guaranteed a minimum of 5.
Yes. Cozy sheep.
What's that?
Cozy sheep.
Cozy sheep. That's how you call them?
Yeah.
Yeah. So those are guaranteed. And then you can go into the map, hoping you do not follow the wake of one of your opponent's scouts that perhaps stabbed right across the map and tries to wrap around your TC or clear out your corners. If you take a gamble as a single scout player and you go in the direction that he did, you see the minimap vision, right, Chad and Dave? If you go all the way to the right and then you wrap around, you'll be too late to get the cozy sheep.
And there's even one cozy sheep at the back there that he missed.
Oh, yeah.
It's within, it's within sight, so he can go to that if he needs to, assuming that Leenock doesn't get there first. But look at this, Leenock.
He got 1 more. LucifroN's got 1 more, so he's got 3 plus 1 is 4, and there's a 5th nearby. 5 out of 24 is pretty much like 20%.
It's better than 4.
Yeah, if he gets the one at this trading post, it just meandered out of vision.
Okay, so he's gonna come back. I think I saw his scout on 1, 2, 3, and 4 hotkey queue.
I don't care how many control groups you put on the scout. You still don't have 4.
He's got more control groups than he does sheep.
Oh my! Well, he's gonna have to go to Barry soon. Oh wait, look at the scout. He's taking them on.
He's gonna take the remaining sheep back there. He is.
How many does he have? How many does Leenock have right now? Well, we can't see. It's his POV. We'll see soon when we switch out of this. He took the sheep, adding insult to injury.
Yeah, and Leenock is going to have food for days here as the French. And we'll take a look at LucifroN's base now because
14 for Leenock.
14 for Leenock.
That's after eating like 3. LucifroN
That's
is
such
down.
a good payoff for just 1 extra scout.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't want to say it's GG, but
it's going to be a really hard transition, especially look at his gold position, too. It's like out on the side, too. It's just
so
pretty
far away.
exposed.
It's so far away, actually. It feels 1 slot further away than average. I don't know if that's just a perspective thing or not.
His stones are forward, like his wood line's even a little bit far away from the TC. This is just not the map you want for having limited amounts of sheep.
And I get this sometimes on Dry Arabia. Like, sometimes a corner will have nothing. For instance, the right side corner had very, very little. And sometimes that happens. That's why you limit yourself to cozy sheep if you're single scout.
I mean, to be fair, Leenock's setup is not the greatest either. He's got a forward gold as well as the French, like really far forward. So
and one tower below the gold mining camp, almost in range of TC, could also cover wood, but there are fallback points. You see the secondary wood for Leenock is really comfortable. This is very easy to exploit from multiple sides for Leenock, so LucifroN cannot even effectively tower rush. At this time, he really has to worry about building farms early. Rather than getting a barracks for Spearman to support his longbows, all of his wood needs to go to farms, or about 3 minutes from now, or heck, even earlier, sorry for the language. But he's going to have to, well, he's going to run out of food.
Okay, so it was a horseman opening, I believe, from Leenock. I think he made one of them.
Okay.
Or did he make an extra scout there? Oh, there's a horseman in the queue right now. Okay.
Yeah, okay. Big thanks, by the way, to Robond for the 50 gift subs to Neely's channel. Thank you so much for the support. Always awesome to support initiatives like this. Makes it more likely to have more of it in the AoE 4 scene. Thanks, everyone. Now, as the game goes on, Leenock is seeing a move out here of about 5 longbowmen.
5 longbowmen there. They have to stay at home, though. Have to stay at home because they saw the horseman, not sure if there's an army that's going to be collapsing on him. Leenock even getting forestry extremely early. Cheaper with the French there, so easier to get. And he's going to loop around with his horsemen to the north. LucifroN playing very defensively with those longbowmen. He's just going to protect his berries, protect his farms. He needs that safe food income because he can't fall back to the town center and take those sheep that he doesn't have.
Right. Yeah, he can't take them. And, you know, even things like deer that sometimes a French or a Mongol player may exploit remotely, that's just too risky into horsemen. That deer to the right of the trading post in the northeast of the map is not really accessible for English. They need to form a tight blob.
Yep. Barracks now from LucifroN. So he's going to start mixing in some spearmen in with his longbows. Now, as a player, do you count all of your sheep and then make a deduction on how many your opponent has?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I do that every game to have an understanding. And of course, there's a chance there's sheep that neither of you found.
Yeah.
But that is infinitesimally small. Generally, people canvass the area very well. So if I see I have 5, yeah. I mean, he didn't even. He had 4, right?
Yeah.
So it's 18 to Leenock.
Yep.
No,
but
20.
I'm thinking from Leenock's perspective.
Oh, right. Yeah. Oh,
counting
for sure.
them and being like, whoa, I have
like,
a lot of sheep. And then you're doing the arithmetic in your head like, oh, he can only have that amount.
Yeah. So
He's going to have to stay around his food eco, or I should target that.
So, free thinking here, right? Now you know they have berries, they need farms, they've got few sheep. I will say English is more resilient than most for it.
Because they get the farms,
Is there a reaction that you can make out of that deviates from the norm? Can you then go double TC because they can't be aggressive, because their wood needs to go to farms, or is that too much of a change?
I think that's tier 2.
Tier 2 thinking?
I think that's tier 2 thinking, yeah.
I don't know if it's good or if you're just over mind gaming yourself then.
Yeah. And he's collapsing on him now with the horsemen, and he's got archers behind. He's trying to take out the spearmen. I don't think he can, though, and the archers will go down to the longbowman. He manages to take out 1 spear, still 1 spear doing damage, and now a reinforcement archer coming in and sniping that spearman, and the horsemen are collapsing on these longbows, and LucifroN was thinking about coming out longbow spearmen, but the horsemen now are pushing them back. Outpost in the middle here from LucifroN. Very, very safe outpost. He was forced to do that. He's got more spears here, and he will complete that building and be able to push forward from this position.
Feels a little bit better for Leenock there. He reset the army size of LucifroN quite a bit. He was working, and look at those upgrades. I love upgrade focused players because you just give yourself a lot better margin for mistakes in battles.
He's got the attack, of course. He's got the wood upgrade, the food upgrade, wheelbarrow already in.
And LucifroN is working on farms. The thing to look out for is LucifroN getting any gold? No. So the problem is when you go for something like 12, 16 farms as English with a barracks council hall setup, initially you're covering for a low food count, and then suddenly you have more than you can eat.
Yep.
A plentiful, bountiful harvest leading to a surplus.
And you're going to struggle to go up to Castle Age without floating that surplus the entire way.
Yeah, and then you have no gold, so like it suddenly serves no purpose.
Yep.
If you switched into double stables, suddenly it's fine, which is why TheMista likes 16 farms with double stable. But I don't feel like this amount of farms really fits what LucifroN is looking like he should be or could be doing now.
Yeah, that food income per minute is going to start spiking here pretty soon. One villager, did he snipe a villager there? Good job from Leenock. What do you think about adding like just 1 or 2 knights here from Leenock? Just a raid on the sides.
I kind of like it. It is fairly expensive. He's not currently mining gold. He does have enough gold for it. I kind of like it. Yeah, I think he could, but he's fully going into horseman.
He's out of sheep now somehow.
Wow. I mean,
he burned through those things pretty quick, actually.
It's 10 minutes.
No,
right?
he's got one more. It's fine.
Oh, okay. Nice. He's just waving that one in Leenock's face. Come get me. I mean, LucifroN's face. Come get me.
He actually went to the gold at the back, so he didn't feel safe at all at the one at the front, so he went to the one to the side of the map.
Oh, okay.
Now he's going out for those deer at the back. Feels pretty safe there.
He's not getting any gold from the gold that is near his base.
Nope. Nothing.
Is it just the safety thing or a mind game as well? It might be a bit of both. Maybe more likely what you're saying.
Is there any? Yeah,
safety.
But is there any units there that can actually scout that out for LucifroN? I mean, he doesn't have any units on his side of the map. And I don't think there's a scout that Leenock's seen near there, so it's probably just for safety. He's probably had too many instances of random armies of longbowmen showing up at his main goal, this French.
And if you have a tower, you can react, but without, longbows pretty much step into vision.
Look at this. Leenock is back.
Leenock, units everywhere. He's got an army of archers coming in from the right side, an army of horses coming in from the left. Meanwhile, LucifroN's predicted food surplus harvest is happening. He's stockpiling food without really any other resources to show for it.
And 2 villagers going down on the gold there. The archers show up on that side, and the horsemen show up at the other side the exact same moment. Great reaction from LucifroN to notice the army on the left. He did lose 2 villagers on the gold, but he's going to respond to both. Spearmen on the left side. He's got some longbowmen countering the archers on the right, but still Leenock holding him into his base, and Leenock has the French economy with all the upgrades, increased TC production speed. 43 villagers for him, 34 villagers for LucifroN.
Leenock is slowly, without any particularly flashy play, though it is certainly skilled and good and multifaceted, putting himself into an unlosable position.
He's also putting himself into like borderline heart attack position. 143 heartbeat. We don't know if that's like 100% accurate here, but his heartbeat has been really, really high. And it gets higher in positions where he's winning, I've noticed.
Yeah, it's really exciting to win, but deflating to lose, isn't it? As Leenock goes in with the archers, gets a couple of villager kills, and while longbows have greater range, the archers are like about 10% faster than longbowmen, so they can run away, and if they don't take 2 sharp corners, they shouldn't get sniped by those longbows. Now, what was that building? Was that King's Palace by LucifroN? Sorry, Guildhall by Leenock. Okay.
Guildhall by Leenock. He's still pulling the longbowmen away. And now, look what he's doing. He's pulling the longbowmen. Oh, he tried to bait them on the other side of that wood line so the horsemen could collapse. But LucifroN is very smart, not taking that bait.
Well, it could still happen. He's trying to catch the archers. He's going in. Who has the vision advantage? Horsemen are near. This is what the horsemen know. They do not know. They are not aware. As the archers come in from the top again, he's still trying to yoink the longbows behind that wood line where he will ambush him.
If he gets the longbows probably like 20 tiles away from the TC, he's just going to collapse on them, especially with the spearmen out there. And the spearmen are afraid of the archers, but Leenock may be getting a little bit too aggressive here with the archers. Leenock reaches the castle age. He's got a firm villager lead, and once again, he sends in the horsemen. Once again, great awareness from LucifroN to pull the villagers in. He only loses 1 there, but this is the thing. Every time this attack happens, he's only losing 1, only losing 2. He's still losing villagers.
Correct. He's so far ahead right now. Leenock is squirting ink all over LucifroN right now.
That sounds terrible.
It's black. It's not another color.
This is obscuring vision at this point.
Leenock, 51 villagers against 36. He's been on castle age already. He's going to be able to upgrade veterancy of his archers that are still poking away. on the right side of the map. The horsemen are still in prime position to go at it again, and the barracks are producing men-at-arms even now.
And the archers are still alive. Archers are still alive, and LucifroN is so scared to leave his base. He hasn't left his cozy circle.
Yeah, it's been like, it feels like the Holy Roman Empire game. Leenock is just pulling him apart like shredded pork from different sides as LucifroN keeps losing a villager here and there, keeps not having the initiative.
God, he's so good at this, isn't he?
Yeah.
As soon as one army goes in, he pulls it back, sends the other one in at the same time. It's just like so amazing. And these aren't even armies that he wants to upgrade and transition. He's making men-at-arms behind this.
Yeah, he got veteran archers just for the lulz. I mean, he's got like 10 bows left. Like, it's not too bad. But it wasn't key. He might as well, like, he could have skipped it, but he decided to get it. King's Palace is here. Archers are going to come in. They're going to be able to get 1 shot, 2 shot.
I think 3, maybe 4 villagers here.
Oh my God, he's going to target more and more villagers. He's targeting the ones that are least likely to be able to fit inside the King's Palace. He's getting more and more kills, 34, 33. So many villager kills by Leenock. The noose is going around. Leenock is able to get so many kills. LucifroN does have a bigger army.
Yeah,
Leenock is
LucifroN
controlling the economy.
He's at 45 military, but still 32 villagers here. And another villager goes down to the horsemen. And look at this army coming in here. Men-at-arms at the front. He's still got archers behind, so the longbowmen need to fall back. And that means the wood line is completely exposed. And that's the only wood line that LucifroN has at the moment. He can always pull back to the gold, but his farm eco is going to be stretched. His wood eco is going to be stretched. Everything is looking down here for LucifroN, and everything's looking up for Leenock as he comes in with another battle and pulls his army away to the right once again.
Double ranged armor as well for Leenock. LucifroN not having access to horsemen, not having played with horsemen, was never able to win the mobility fight. He was almost always able to win a straight up fight. It was never given to him by Leenock.
And I think he killed 3 more villagers or something at the back there with the horsemen too.
That's
like
crazy.
That's just every single time he's getting such high value from these low units that he made earlier in the game, even bringing in the relics now. Continues with the men-at-arms production. I think he's got another monk on the way, and his economy is looking pretty good. I want to see what Leenock's food eco is looking like. What's his transition going to be? Okay, so he doesn't have farms yet.
Huh. Yeah, he's had so much freedom. And it helps with the pressure, right? He's had so much freedom to go to berry patches, deer patches. There is a deer patch on the left as well. Is he using it as well in the bottom left of the map? Not yet. He is aware of it, of course, so he could go there. Leenock's food is dropping a bit by having skipped farms so far, but he's really rounding things out with his marketplace, maybe the guild hall, and those relics as well.
And he's got a Mangonel producing too.
Oh.
With more men-at-arms in the queue, and Mangonel against that army from the English feels pretty good.
Feels really good. Now, if this ends up being a LucifroN victory, just kind of looking into the future, and let's say it happened. He managed to get the equalizer in the series. Here's how it would look like. LucifroN starts to stabilize. He has a King's Palace. He starts to make villagers from it. He still has most of his army. He starts maybe walling off a bit, getting that farm economy really ramping up, getting the horticulture upgrade. And then, finally, able to resist some of Leenock's attacks by having his army well spread out.
Can I counter that?
Yeah.
Leenock has the second TC. Leenock has the farming upgrade. Leenock has the second wood upgrade.
Oh my God.
And Leenock already has a 20 villager lead.
Working on the horticulture, has the relics, has the guild hall. Wishful thinking for LucifroN France, no doubt. And for Leenock
Look at these
fans
walls.
and friends. Oh, this is Leenock's walls?
This is Leenock's walls.
Okay, so as he goes into a siege army, he wants to stop the Leenoktopus style, take all 8 tentacles,
funnel
and
it all
sucker punch
through the
from
middle.
the front.
Yes, and even if LucifroN counterattacks, he's going to have to go right down the Mangonel corridor, right through the middle. Great stuff.
Meet the Leenock meat grinder. It is currently being produced, and soon we will see it in action. As Leenock has greased axles, just now finishing, so his Mangonel is going to be faster. He's depositing ever more relics, having 4 out of 5 already. There's just one more lone relic in the top left of the map. And as LucifroN feels like he can finally start to breathe again, kind of in this match, he must be wondering, okay, just how far behind am I?
Exactly.
What is coming next?
Did he stay on 1 TC? What is his food eco looking like? Has he cut production? What are his upgrades looking like? That's probably what LucifroN is thinking right now. And he also must be thinking, when you've been afraid to move out, but when you see an army like this, you feel like you have to move out. You know, you have that massive force.
Yeah, why are you making army and then not using it?
Yeah.
Why you lose villagers and then not killing some? But there's a real hesitation, there's a real fear here for LucifroN, as he doesn't know what he'll be running into.
Yeah, and look at Leenock. He's finishing the wall right across. He's going to wall across the entire map here.
And it's a wooden wall, right? He's not investing a large amount of resources.
But it'll let him know if the raids are coming.
Yeah, exactly. Burn through the wall, and yet he will know, yet he can react.
Okay, so there's a force coming forward here from LucifroN, and it's mostly longbows in the back. It looks like a few men-at-arms in the front. Leenock does not want to engage on that yet. Maybe he pounces on it from behind. He's even got a monk there that he hasn't noticed, and the monk will die to 1,000 arrows.
Clergyman trying to go past the map. One may actually get away with it. I think he's headed towards one of the sacred sites, possibly. And LucifroN's getting some nice shots in on the men-at-arms. The mangonel draws ever closer, and it's thwack as it hurls stones. Will sound like the call of doom to LucifroN.
It's very poetic, but he didn't hit anything.
Didn't hit. Moved away.
Men-at-arms now coming in towards the mangonels, and he's shifted those 4 men-at-arms back towards that. He's going to try and kill at least one mangonel here. It looks like repairs will be coming in from Leenock on that mangonel. He's also got army fighting it, and the mangonel will survive for the time being, and he's got the second one firing at the longbows. LucifroN is trying to save this army. The wall is incomplete, so LucifroN will be able to run away, but no damage done to Leenock's economy.
Yeah, well, actually, he killed a bunch of villagers on the gold. It wasn't too bad. Maybe, I don't know exactly how much, but maybe like 4 to 5. Not too bad. So he did a bit of a counterattack there into the economy. A spring ult is being produced by Leenock. Leenock has knights chasing here, but more men-at-arms are coming out for LucifroN. And there are still way more men-at-arms for Leenock, make no mistake, but this is going much better than I expected.
Yeah, LucifroN's still with the military lead. 49 military for him, 35 military for Leenock. He's basically got all of his eco upgrades except the gold right now. Only 1 springled in the queue. And I feel like the last few minutes he's just been trying to stabilize behind with his food eco because it's still only up to 600.
Yeah, not much actually. And he has no wood right now to make firearms. He put everything into siege weaponry.
3 mangonels behind this army. Just keep up the men-at-arm production. Get them in front. He's only got crossbows in the queue, so maybe a danger of losing these mangonels, but no melee units in the front here for LucifroN, which means that the mangonels can simply move up behind these men-at-arms and crossbows and start pushing back the longbowmen, and LucifroN needs to run away.
1 mangonel was destroyed, but it took him like 10 men-at-arms for LucifroN to chase them at it.
Okay, so it looks like a decent amount of farms now from Leenock, and LucifroN is at the limit with most of his resources. Has some gold in the bank, but only producing men-at-arms, adding some more farms behind.
LucifroN finally got his horticulture upgrade, so that he's actually going to get loads of food here, a decent amount of gold as well. I can start to see a situation
and now he's walling,
where this game goes Imperial, yeah.
But there's a keep forward from Leenock, and he's going to capture that sacred site again. Another sacred site to the left, firmly within his control, but behind his walls. And once this keep goes up, the mangonels could just sit here, and it just feels really tough to push this position.
Mangonel shots here, raining havoc down on the men-at-arms. They're running in, but it's into Arbaletier. They're taking so much damage, trying to get some torch damage in on the backwards Mangonel. A pitiful attempt at stopping the doom from converging upon him. A keep goes down for Leenock here. He's already starting to make buildings next to it. What is he making next to it? Are those ranges? Archery ranges. A stable, 1 archery range, and a 2nd range. More Arbaletier, more knights, with the enlistment incentives discount.
It looks like he's stabilized his food eco too, because he's getting up to 1,400 now. So resources are going to start flying in for Leenock. We see multiple farms going down, and the army buildup is happening right now. His queue is full. He's got a knight on the way. He's got more arbs on the way. He's got boiling oil on the way for that keep, and he has men-at-arms in production too, plus the production buildings he displaced, so he's going to start flooding units across the map, capturing that sacred site on the left side, should probably make his way over to that sacred site on the right side as well, and put a little bit of pressure on LucifroN.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Leenock has the holy advantage. He's going for the religious victory, as LucifroN has an amazing amount of food income, but he's spending much of it. Only 1 minute arms in production. If he spends nothing, in a minute he could go Imperial. Does he really have the economy to produce from it? And more than that, does he have the time? 3 mangonels, 3 springles are starting to converge on LucifroN's base. Once again, the pressure is on him.
What's his wood economy looking like too, LucifroN? Because I think he chopped through that wood line. Okay, he's relocated to the stuff at the back. Didn't have that much in the bank. I'm feeling like if he loses his production buildings, might have problems replacing them. Really doesn't want to lose the front of this base here, but there's nothing he can do as there's 5 mangonels there with 3 springles, another keep on the right side, and cavalry looping around to the side. He's going to have to deal with that. He's going to have to deal with the siege ball. He's going to have to deal with this keep in the middle of his production.
Wait, whose keep is that?
That's LucifroN's right there, is it not? Yeah. Or no, Leenock, sorry.
Leenock is making 2 keeps inside LucifroN's base. He's entrenching his position, and LucifroN is making a trebuchet into mass springles and mangonels, but he's getting a nice attack here with the men-at-arms. 1 mangonel goes down. Longbows are getting absolutely smashed though. More knights are coming in. Men-at-arms for Leenock, still pushing in. LucifroN calls it. It's GG. Leenock takes the 2-0 lead in this knockout best of 5 to determine who goes to the top 6. He's 1 match away. He gets 3 chances to advance here, and Leenock, I mean, LucifroN would have to win 3 in a row to make it, Dave.
Yep, you can see from his face, like he's stressing out. He doesn't know what happened there. Maybe thinking back to the beginning of the game where he only found 4 sheep.
Yeah.
Like 1 scout. Didn't do the cozy scouting to find the cozy sheep, and Leenock going for the 2nd scout approach and just took advantage.
Yeah, maybe he got to the point where he forgot about the sheep opening, and he's like, why did that game feel so hard?
Yeah, it could be that as well. I mean, there was opportunities certainly after that as well, but Leenock had him on the back foot, right? Like he had to invest so much into getting the farms down early and to, you know, expanding his economy, and Leenock was just attacking from the right, he attacking from the left. Every time he responded, pulled away, came back again, was too afraid to go out with the longbows because he saw the horsemen that could collapse on them, and never got an opportunity to hit Leenock's economy.
Yeah, exactly. And I would posit that probably the amount of sheep that he had entirely eliminated the potential strategy of outpost rushing.
Yeah.
You can't summon enough spears, longbows, and outposts when all your wood goes to that and still have any farms to back it up.
Yeah, and you know your opponent isn't going to be strapped for food early either.
Yeah.
They're just going to be producing the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even if you deny gold, you'll still face loads of archers and horsemen.
It was great. I mean, it was a great game from Leenock once again, and he's up 2-0, and you'd never know from that face that the heartbeat is beating that fast.
Yeah, he seems cool as a cucumber, but the pressure is on. The exterior belies the interior. Leenock cares greatly for this. He was stressed all day, kind of disassociated. Well, that's not very nice, Leenock.
It's just like he's like, I can hear you guys.
He disassociated from the conversation as he went internal and prepared for the oncoming challenge. As they go to Mongolian Heights, LucifroN's 2nd comfort map, Mongols chosen by LucifroN, Chinese by Leenock. Dave, what do you think?
We saw Chinese. Oh man. So I was downstairs with DeMusliM and with Leenock, and that's when we were trying to get an answer from him. And DeMusliM was straight out of that set where he played Chinese on Mongolian Heights, and he was like, man, Chinese are good. Like, Chinese are great. You know, like, oh man.
Yeah.
Never thought to play them there. Like, they're amazing.
Yeah.
That's my best DeMusliM
I
impersonation.
can see him in front of
me
now.
Leenock was kind of like looking at him, and I think because Leenock loves that Civ so much, maybe he was considering it as well. And they also had a conversation about how the brothers aren't super strong on Mongolian Heights.
Yeah.
So it's it might match well, although this is LucifroN's home map, so I guess he has been practicing.
Let's evaluate the TC spawn here for LucifroN as we see where his town center is. It's against the wood. Gold is fairly far away. Ovu is well protected, so it's a mixed bag. If you had a choice, I think you would have a adjacent gold to the wood with an exposed Ovu rather than the opposite, which is what he has now. Ovu into villager by the water means that LucifroN is going Ovu plus dock. I could see Leenock go with a Spearman Rush. Single base Spearman Rush. I mean, I could see that. I can't see it because he's got no wood. But I have before. Once I played Mongols. I don't play that much. I played against Leenock. And I kept losing to Tower Rush from Mongols. And I wanted to see how Leenock with Chinese would react. So I picked Mongols against him. Did the worst Tower Rush in the world ever. And Leenock went like mass spears with Imperial supervision.
Yeah.
Right? So if Leenock were to go for the water and had to defend against LucifroN, he'd probably mass some spears. But that's not what he's doing. He's skipping water. Imperial official production means Chinese are not contesting water. Same with the mill. Same with the villager allocation. At least initially. But he's still
sheep.
Holy sheep.
12.
There's 36 on this map as far as I know.
So he's got a third of the sheep behind one scout here.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Once again, a great start. And LucifroN must be like, bro. They just passed each other. Like, what is your technique? Tell me, please.
Very, very nice for Leenock. That's so many sheep. And we see that 40 gold collection from the official. So is this going to be a barracks after all, and then to try and kill a Mongolian dock? Or is this going to be a classical Barbican on the water to deny fishing ships in the center location?
It works even better against the Mongol fishing ships, right? Than it does against the Rus, because the Rus can fish anywhere.
Yeah,
At least with the Barbican, you're sitting under the dock. You deny them. Oh, great transition there. Just super smooth. You deny them the spot to drop that off. They have to make another one.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And that's another 150 wood. In comes the barracks for LucifroN. So he's trying to get ready to potentially protect his dock from any aggression. I don't know what he's seen. He hasn't seen anything as far as I know. Leenock doesn't have anything building yet. So technically didn't need the barracks. He doesn't need to make spears if he scouts forthwith and sees no threats.
Do you know if you put an uvu on the stone right next to the water, does it affect the dock?
Can you
double produce from the dock?
Double produce fishing ships now.
Because
imagine double producing
have
a
you tried it?
one. No, I haven't tried it. But
Then
I
how do
don't
you
know. I make confident statements about things I'm not sure about.
Oh, so you fit in perfectly as a caster. Welcome. I've been doing this for many years.
I'm trying to stop, but it's just it's a lifelong habit. Yeah, I'm not sure. Chat.
I've just never seen a position. Some guy says you can't, but
Well,
I've learned not to believe some guys.
Twitch chat is just like me. But let's just say you can't, for the purpose of advancing our discussion topic to the next thing. Leenock did go with the barracks. How many units does Leenock have right meow?
Only one.
Okay. What does he have? Oh, 2 scouts, yeah?
And he's going for the Barbican.
Okay. Okay.
Villagers coming out. 2 spearmen, though, with 2 more following up behind. And the Barbican is going to have to be just a little bit forward. Not on the dock position. Maybe he sensed, because the con was there, that there might be some follow-up.
Spider sense is tingling. Spearman incoming. And even this seems to be too far out, Dave.
Yeah, luckily he is Chinese, so this thing is going to go up pretty fast. But that villager needs to be pulled away, and all the villagers are going to be pulled away. I think he might have been able to block there with the villas from the spearman, but I guess the con was firing behind, so that villager is dead regardless. One spearman coming out here from Leenock, and the Barbican is denied for the time being. Leenock is in a rough position here.
Ermagerd, if you cancel this Barbican because of the damage it has sustained, you lose money from it.
I don't think you cancel it. Now that you have 4 spearmen, I think if you pull extra villagers, you can get it complete. You just have to commit. You have to commit to this, I think.
Another spearman.
He'll get it. He's baiting back and forth with his spears. The Khan is attacking a weak villager. Spearman attacking a weak villager as well.
I think you go around the left side and dive hard on the villagers. Every villager you kill is worth so much. You're delaying feudal, you're delaying threats, you are getting your own dock up. But no, he's choosing to conserve his spearmen.
Yeah, and the Barbican's going to go up. That was a little bit of a delay. It was still good economic damage there. One villager down, delayed the next stage for, what, a minute?
Yeah, I think so. And now the stone mining camp comes out. That was delayed as well, right? By
and you have fishing ships behind this.
Yeah.
So your economy is better, for sure.
And eventually, Leenock gets a second TC, but his Barbican is in an unthreatening position. Fishing ships are entirely undenied. Now, LucifroN is going to go feudal. He gets there at, what, 640? Very normal time. And he's got all those fishing ships. Normally, you reach 640 after doing a triple outpost rush. Now he didn't. Instead, he has quintillion fishing boats for a better economy.
So, because we've seen it before, what do you think about against Chinese, who you know is probably going to boom up here? What, I saw he was going for deer stones, but what do you think about Silver Tree here?
I don't hate it, actually.
Yeah, because you get it set up, you have the fishing ships for the food, and then you have the traders behind, and with Chinese, he's going to go into economy.
You know, once you see that stone, you're not going to be attacked for at least 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Get 8 traders out.
And you have the fishing ships.
Yeah, then you've got that set up, make a couple of outposts, and then you go H up at 8 minutes.
Regardless, we're just theory crafting because he did not go for that. He went for the deer stones.
Yeah.
Yam network is still good, and the spearmen are looping around behind.
He just finished drift nets. He actually...
so he's committing, and he's going for more fish here. He's very confident.
Can we click the dock to see if he committed or actually cancelled it? Hover over that top left thing. Oh, he cancelled it. Okay. So he started it. He's like, nah, this is sick. Because it's weird. I never see that upgrade.
Yep. And now spearmen are attacking the mill there. Oh, and more sheep being dropped off near that mill. The scout was gathering more in the meantime, and no answer to the spearmen currently.
How much gold is in the mill? Yeah, it's hard to click. Observers finding out what we already knew as players. Click the top right of it. Yeah, there we go, 30 gold. Okay, so there's not too much passive gold really being lost if it is killed. It's still a really nice attack target here for LucifroN, as it is outside of the town center range.
Leenock has 300 gold in the bank, so he can choose to drop that second TC if he wants to. He's being attacked all over the minimap here. There was a lot of notifications. Spearmen are working against his spears, and there is the second town center. That's a that's what we like to call a farm TC right there.
Why?
Because it's
like it's not
in
all
a
anything.
Field. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's a farm TC.
Is that an AOE term?
Yeah.
AOE 2 term?
Yes.
Because there's no other resource it connects
nothing.
to. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a very generous way of saying
bad placement.
Yes.
But this is common for Chinese because you cannot supervise it for the enhanced drop-off.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine here for sure. Yeah. It's fine here.
Thanks for teaching the term. It's cool. So the Imperial Academy has also come out for Leenock. So he's actually double TC Song Dynasty. That's worth 3 TCs. However, LucifroN is going Castle Age with step readout already. He clicked up at roughly 8:20, 8:25, 8:30 or so. An incredibly lean timing, backed up by a monster economy.
And what was that beside the Uvu there? I saw a stable, I believe.
A blacksmith stable and a barracks.
Okay.
So he's going to double produce Lancers, double produce men-at-arms most likely. In due time, and then make a mangonel eventually. So that means that all future LucifroN villagers should go to wood so that he can make mangonels. He's still attacking the mill.
So Leenock is sending a villager forward to wall across the water here. There's 2 other crossings that he'll need to cover, and it looks like he's set up walls on the bottom side, and he might, honestly, he might just be like 30 seconds too late on this.
Yeah, I think so. And it would help a lot. Well, he's starting to quick wall it now. They build fast.
I'm just thinking about the walking time, especially to that one in the north with LucifroN already producing.
Oh, yeah.
It might come down to the wire here, and the spearmen are still at the back there, still being annoying.
Yeah, one died to a cannon shot from the town center, flew too close to the sun. Fishing ships had a massive exodus into a new dock location. One thing missing for Leenock has been like ninja dock into a galley, or it's called a junk, right?
Yeah.
Oh, he's stopping it.
He's stopping it. The Khan's going to kill the villager, and the men-at-arms are already in here, so we'll see how Leenock responds to this. 48 villagers for LucifroN. That includes the fishing ships, and 41 villagers for Leenock. Remember, he has a double TC with the Song Dynasty.
Not bad at all by LucifroN, stopping that wall from going up, keeping the way open, making sure that pressure can continue to funnel basically at his second most convenient entrance.
Okay, so Lancer's on the field. He's still attacking that mill. How annoying is that, honestly?
Very. 7 out of 10. I mean, if ever Leenock lets it burn, then LucifroN gets raid bonus. It gets repaired, it burns again, raid bonus again.
Yep.
Knights coming in.
Knights are into the wood line, and we see them already doing damage here. One villager down. We're going to find a second villager dead. Leenock hasn't noticed this yet because he's so busy with the spearmen at the back and the men-at-arms as well, and the Khan.
LucifroN is Leenoktopusing the Leenoktopus, going in with the multitask. 6 villagers down already in a moment of flagging attention. Leenock is getting hammered on this economy. Three-pronged aggression here coming in from LucifroN. Top left, top right, and Lancers coming in from the bottom now. That Lancer may fall. Men-at-arms going under the town center, going for that gold once again. LucifroN has a handle on the game now. He still has those fishing ships going absolute ham, emptying the entire river.
Yeah, and Leenock, we know how strong the Chinese are once they get up to the Song Dynasty and they have 2 town centers, but is it enough? I mean, you're down, you haven't had any fishing income whatsoever, you've lost so many villagers, you're an age behind your opponent. Is there a way back here if LucifroN just keeps up the production, keeps up the pressure, and gets siege engineers and starts making siege?
If you hadn't said that, I would say yes.
Yeah.
You wall off, you secure Song Dynasty for a minute or two. Mangonels are the rain on the parade here. They will deal with any feudal army that they can.
I think he needs the market though, LucifroN. I think he needs to balance a little bit because he's got a lot of gold coming in from the step readout. He's got 1,400 gold in the bank, and I think he can make this push work really, really well if he just balances his economy. Yeah.
Buys 100 wood per minute.
He doesn't need any villagers on food because he's got the fishing ships on food.
And now he's getting fishing nets again upgrade. The faster gathering and increased drop-off capacity for fishing boats, really interesting because, you know, the river's probably already 1/3 mined out.
More outposts coming down on Leenock's side of the river. We look at the villager count once again, and there's 48 villagers for Leenock, 57 for LucifroN. I wonder how many fishing ships LucifroN has, just so we can get a general idea. He's got 11. All right, so more villagers on the field for Leenock, but
13 total.
13, okay.
Not bad. He's got about 5 sheep, a dead one, 2 herdables from the original, and 2 from the pastures. He's got 44 villagers, 9 men-at-arms and a knight. On Leenock's side, let's see what he has right now. He's got the villager count of 49, just 5 more, no fishing ships, 6
how many
sheep.
villagers on those sheep? Oh my goodness.
So many. And there's a couple of spears there too, right? 11 spears, 2 archers, 4 imperial officials. Leenock is finally able to age up to the 3rd age. And he's going to be able to do that very, very soon.
Yeah, and in this transition period, I mean, he hasn't taken that much damage. He's going to push the Lancers away. I believe he lost another villager on that wood line, but there's going to be an outpost behind his wood line, and there's going to be a Mangonel coming in, and now that Knight comes back in to do more damage just as he pulled the Spearman away.
Imagine playing against this all the time. Knights killing your villagers and so on. Of course, these guys are both pros, but imagine you're not pro. Imagine you're like really bad and you're playing someone really good. It's so scary. Of course, Leenock is good, and yet LucifroN is getting villager kills there. Astronomical clock tower finishes. What can Leenock do?
Where are the stones from Leenock? I'm wondering if he could like go onto stone and maybe get himself a keep somewhere if he manages to survive for a bit, but looks like one of them is forward there, so that's not going to be something he can start thinking about. The men-at-arms now onto the secondary wood line, the one he moved to for safety. He's got a gold up in the north being harassed by a Khan. Villager continuing to build outposts and more men-at-arms coming in. What is the response here from Leenock? Right now he's just defending with spearmen.
He's getting veteran spearman upgrades. He's getting a springles, and that's about it. He's got no wood. Doesn't have a lot of production. Could be making crossbows, but is just feeling completely overwhelmed right now. He needs a moment. Is LucifroN going to give it to him, Dave?
I don't... Well, he gave him the mangonel. That's a bit sloppy there from LucifroN.
It is a little bit. Was in range of that Barbican of the Sun. Villagers took it out.
And now he's giving them the ram, too.
Ram going down. Men-at-Arms scramble to its defense. Killed the Springald that just popped out. Springald gets a hit in. Ram goes down.
But so did the villagers. Leenock, you need to leave with those villagers. LucifroN doing a great job surrounding them, and lots of villagers going down now. Leenock back at 46 villagers. He is producing faster, but LucifroN at 65 economic units. Remember, that includes the 13 fishing ships that we saw before. So very far ahead in economy. And right now, Leenock with 4 military. 4 military, that's it.
1 food, 76 wood, 0 per minute, 0 gold per minute. Leenock is dead in the water. LucifroN has the water. He's in a fantastic position. Eco upgrades, blacksmith upgrades. 12-minute arms in production.
Yeah, and
LucifroN takes it.
Well done, LucifroN taking a win here. He looks a little bit relieved. He did a little bit of a esports head nod there to himself, and Leenock scratching his nose. And he's thinking about what went wrong that game. Maybe different ways to play China there. Maybe scout a little before placing your Barbican. Maybe place it on the water instead.
It was like in between, right?
Yeah.
It neither had the menace and protection of spears protecting for the Barbican to be made on an actual relevant position of the water.
Yep.
Nor did it have the safety under the town center. Even 2 slots up, it would have still protected the stone.
Yep.
It would still cover a decent area of the map, would still not reach the water, but it'd be protected by the town center.
Yep. Or maybe just pull villagers early and get it up right away.
20 villagers kind of hurts, rip off the band-aid, get it over with, and then restore normality.
Exactly. Anyway, good job from LucifroN. Like, that's a win for the Mongols.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, we always love to see that. I didn't expect to say that before the tournament, but we love to see that.
But I was hoping to get to a situation like this. Despite Mongols being the civilization to dump on and dunk on, that's LucifroN. He can do anything he wants to.
That's LucifroN, yeah.
Yeah, he could moon the camera right now. We wouldn't punish him or get in any way annoyed by people walking in front of the camera. He's one of our treasured players. And again, if you just tuned in, LucifroN against, that's him again, it's LucifroN against Leenock. This is a knockout match, best of 5.
Yep.
The winner is in, the loser is out, of the top 6, of the bracket phase.
Yeah. And this is the one match that really, really matters here. The rest of them were for seeding or for honor in Viper's case. And this is the one that we were all looking forward to. If you're enjoying the show, LucifroN is just heading back in there. Make sure that you support Nilly. This is his channel. This is his tournament. He's put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, his own finances and everything into this. So we want to show him that we support him. Please, if you have an Amazon Prime sub, please do that. If you have a generous Twitch sub, please do that. Gifted sub, or just follow the channel to keep up with us. We're here. We're taking a break tomorrow, but we're here on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And, of course, Nilly streams Age of Empires content all the time. So, and it was his birthday yesterday. So if you miss that and you feel like a belated gift, I have ideas for you, and it mostly revolves around the sub situation.
Yeah, yeah. And the sub situation is he greatly appreciates it.
Oh, my God, look at all the primes.
Thank you, guys. Let's go. Hype train level 3. Let's get it going. Let's keep it going.
Got him. Got him.
Got him. Awesome.
Dude, that's a lot of primes right in a row. That's what I'm talking about, man. That's support. Let's go. I always feel sad because Nilly organizes these great events, and then he doesn't, like, ask people to support him at all.
He doesn't like asking for himself,
no,
right?
No, he doesn't. No, and he's, like, feels, like, uncomfortable, like, advertising stuff, and then you're just sitting there, like, okay, I guess I'll do it for you then.
Yeah, that's a great move. You're a great guy, Dave. Thank you for the support. We got a lot of Prime subs coming in. We got a lot of Tier 1 subs coming in. Thank you so much.
Oh, my God.
Really deserves it. I mean, you guys see him in front of the camera. He set this up. The truth is, like, he is that down to earth.
He was here
awesome
for, like,
guy.
a week and a half before this.
Yeah.
With Overlay Guy.
I think he sleeps, like, 1 or 2 hours a night.
No, he sleeps in that room, and They don't share they don't have a door in between them.
He has to put up with snoring for the 1 or 2 or 3 hours that he has.
We won't mention who's the snorer.
No,
he's looking at us right now.
Snoring guy is a great guy too. I mean,
we're not mentioning him.
No, we're not.
Undisclosed.
Nope. We're not looking at him.
No, he's looking at us. Holy, the primes still keep coming in. Okay.
Yeah, there's no reason to stop either. With that.
No, never. And remember, renew it next month too.
Yeah, set a calendar note today and check 30 days from now, because Gabe, no, not Gabe. What's Jeff Bezos? Bezos is not going to remind you. They're happy if the prime goes away, so you have to remind yourself.
Yep. All right, game number 4. Oh, Logan.
Hey, Logan.
Donations for Logan. Subs for Nilly. Hey.
Can they see him? They can't, right?
Hey. No, he's gonna try and say hi to you.
Hey, Logs. Logan just met a new girlfriend.
Yeah, you showed me the video.
Oh, yeah. Oh, proud father. Next map is going to be King of the Hill. Leenock against LucifroN, playing for the knockout. They just had a bit of a stretch of the legs. And the map is going to be King of the Hill. We've seen many games here, Dave, ending with keeps, taking the King of the Hill name of the map very seriously.
Civ selection.
French for LucifroN or Beastyqt for LucifroN?
Beastyqt for LucifroN. And Mongols for Leenock.
He's not good enough at Mongols. He's not going to dare to risk it now.
Oh, he can dare.
Because
if he dares to go Chinese on Mongolian Heights.
Oh, you're right. You're 100% right.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Mongols.
Hey, whoa, oh, you actually looked at I actually called it. Oh, my God.
No, I know.
I thought you were just admitting that the point was good.
Your probability is
I wasn't even looking at that.
No, this is an opinion.
Damn.
It's fact.
Nice. That's good. Well, I like it. I mean, Beastyqt, amazing boom, obviously. But Mongols can punish stuff like that. And I think the interesting build that I've seen with Mongols is that early pressure into step readout, and then you use that gold, the extra floating gold you have from step readout, to buy yourself a second TC. You buy that wood for the second TC. Well, I don't know if it's against Beastyqt because we haven't seen that matchup, I think, develop to that stage. Mongols usually loses with the early pressure against them, but I know it's something the players have been talking about.
The interesting thing is Mongols can take the sacred site. They can't build a keep there.
Yeah.
They're not allowed to build a keep or walls. Special civilization deficit. So most of the games on this map have ended with a keep on the sacred site. And then a bunch of siege behind it. And players have tried to thrash around the map, trying to take down landmarks, but it hasn't worked. It amounted to naught. So if you can't take the keep in the sacred site, the only victories left are a wonder, which costs 8k, 8k, 8k for Mongols. Or landmark elimination. or enough damage to make the opponent forfeit.
Yeah. Yeah, Beastyqt seem super strong in this matchup, actually. You raise many good points. We'll see what Leenock can bring.
Is he going to tower rush, Dave? You've been so on point with everything today.
I don't know. I basically resigned at the 31-minute call earlier. I 100% just resigned. I am retired. I'm in the Hall of Fame now.
Don't want to press his luck. All right, I respect that.
Yeah.
So let's take a little look at the map. How good is the position for Mongols, for Leenock here, and how good is it for LucifroN? We'll start with LucifroN. He's got 2 berry patches, one to the top left, one to the kind of left here. Not bad at all, to be honest. Wall ability for LucifroN is weak. He does have a tucked away wood all the way to the top of the map. That is amazing.
Yeah, that's really good.
You get this once out of 4 times on King of the Hill.
If he scouts it. A lot of times players don't scout that corner of the map.
Did he? I think he did, right? Yeah, he did.
Did he see it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So there's still the Fog of War bug, but he did see it. Okay, so
the Beastyqt player, or sorry, Mongols player also has a nice little wood line near the back there too.
Yeah, secondary wood line.
Yep.
Is that a tertiary or is that cliffs? At the bottom, cliffs, right?
Thirdiary?
secondary, tertiary?
Tertiary.
I don't know how to say it. I thought there was no H in it anyway.
No, it's just third. You.
But he does have gold and wood on his TC. Amazing. Doesn't need a GUR. Saves 100 wood.
And now he's sending a villager forward.
Oh, it's Tower Rush.
It's happening. It's time.
I see a crowd of people putting their hands up in the air and kind of waving them from left to right as they say, "It's happening!"
Okay, you're definitely a 90s child. So am I, though.
Leenock is tower rushing again. And, you know, he's going to target this little wood line, but does he know? Does he know that there's a wood line at the back? This doesn't feel like it has real menace.
Maybe if he can surround the one at the front, though. Because it's a long run to that wood line at the back, right? Especially if he gets the outpost down at the front. We'll see if it works. He's already got multiple spearmen coming across the field. He's got 4 right now, and he's cut production, and he's going for that outpost, and LucifroN probably doesn't see that. Leenock is going to be able to spot that gold, and he knows that wood line is there. LucifroN now seeing the spearman come in, he abandons the gold, and he's going to go over to the wood line. He has enough gold to get fresh foodstuffs,
Okay.
and he's on the way to the next stage.
Beastyqt was in a similar position here, where his gold was disrupted at roughly the 140, 150, 160 gold count. LucifroN exactly has 128, more than enough for fresh foodstuffs. Nothing for wheelbarrow. He's going to try to get as much wood as he can. Wait, oh, he's sending 2 villagers and a scout to attack the villager.
And that outpost, I believe, will complete in time. Yeah, he's going to have to abandon that attempt with his villagers. He actually loses 1 villager in the attempt. So before, we saw DeMusliM counter an outpost with the villagers by driving the villager away, but he wasn't on time, and this is the problem with sending vills out like that. He loses both of them.
Oh, Dave,
This
2
is
villagers.
looking so good for Leenock. He's going to ignite that building, too.
This is so painful for LucifroN. It's so good for Leenock. His tower rush has essentially already paid off. I could kind of see taking 2 villagers there and attacking that villager and getting 20, 30 damage on it and saying, hey, later on, you know, I can use this damage on the villager to take it out. But not like this. He overstayed.
And this is just standard Mongols play now for Leenock as he already goes for the deer stones. He's heading up to the next stage, and he's placing a second outpost. He's got the spearman here. Hasn't taken any damage on them yet. And the surround begins, and the next placement for the outpost is right near those berries, so the Abbasid are going to have issues here getting extra food for that 2 TC boom. As long as he saves that villager, oh my goodness. She was close to death.
So close. And the question is, had LucifroN sacrificed his archer?
I think it's worth it. I think it's worth it.
He would have killed it?
Yeah.
Would it have stopped the outpost, yes or no? 50-50?
I'm not sure if it stops the outpost, but it kills the villagers, and she's not going to be able to do this.
Right.
Around behind. Look at where he's... Does he see that wood line? Does Leenock see that wood line?
He must have scattered it before. Can we see Leenock's vision? Yeah, he saw this before. He knows the follow-up point.
And LucifroN suspects that the villager is coming across. He's going to be able to see the villager and take her out. Leenock will be running back towards his tower, but it's not going to be in time. Run!
Okay.
Good snipe. Good snipe from LucifroN.
2 villagers were used to kill 1. But that villager is a throwaway for Mongols, and for Abbasid, for LucifroN, he really wanted that.
Where's the stone here for LucifroN?
He's just starting on it.
It's at the back, okay.
He's starting on it, Dave, at 6 minutes.
Yeah.
That's late.
Well, if you lost 2 villagers, you would be late too.
Yeah, that's true. How would you like it if you lost 2 villagers?
It's not my favorite thing in the world, I'm not going to lie. Spearman still in the tower, so LucifroN can't get near that. 2 more spearmen looping around. I believe we just showed those, and the Khan is distracting on the left side, so maybe those spearmen make their way over to that back wood line. Not another villager coming forward here from Leenock. He feels like he's already done a significant amount of damage.
That position of the sacred site, by the way, it's pretty funny. Like, it's kind of open around it, but then right above it, there's a lot of blockage of space.
Yep.
Like a huge cluster of rock that kind of blocks in the middle of the map over it.
If you compare this to like the sacred site and the Viper Leenock set, that thing was just on a mountaintop.
Yeah.
Literally on Everest in the middle.
And covered on Viper's side, so he couldn't build much there. This is pretty open, closer to Leenock, kind of helps him, but that's neither here nor there. We're not looking at the side really yet. LucifroN does have the accumulated amount of resources in terms of wood for a TC. He now has to make the decision whether he's going to go for a ram first or whether he will wait to have enough stone to make a TC first. His wood disappeared, his stone did not, so I feel like he's making a ram somewhere. Is he?
I don't know where he invested that wood.
We can press the all army hotkey. It will show the ram if he's making one.
Nope.
Where did this wood go?
Oh,
wait, I looked at the wrong guy. Sorry about that.
Oh my god, see, Grubby even debated me there.
Lol. Gotcha.
It was all a test.
Yeah, okay, so LucifroN puts down his TC all the way here in the corner. 7 minutes and 50 seconds.
And that TC is nice and safe on a gold and a wood line. Love that position because he's not getting this gold at the front anytime soon.
That's true.
And another villager on the way from Leenock. Where is this villager going? Is she going to go over to that wood line at the right? He probably wants to focus and run around to the right side to get to that wood line at the back, but he might spot the TC on his way there.
Yeah, I think you're right. And there's like 3 patches of wood, right? The one in the back, maybe he's headed for it. He will see the wood where the TC actually is, and he may want to tower that one as well as he's on his way. Meanwhile, Leenock is getting very close to acquiring enough resources to go Castle Age.
Leenock has played this super smooth, honestly, and he's had great con presence too.
Yep.
He's keeping this army back here, and every time the archers try and engage too much, he loops it back towards that outpost so the archers can't take that risk. Also, is constantly attacking that house, which is just so annoying in terms of notifications. Oh,
okay, he does not know.
Yeah.
He lacks the critical
Leenock
town center
doesn't
location.
know. Okay, so that's an ambitious tower there. Hopefully he's paying attention to his villager at all times.
Imagine getting it up, though. Imagine LucifroN has a 6-minute, no, a 1-minute lapse.
Me. Yeah. Don't mind me. Uh-oh. And she would walk 500 miles to die at your doorstep. That was.
But she would not walk 500 more, because she's dead.
No, she's definitely dead.
Khan abusing that 7 range and bonus mobility against the archers, getting 1 shot in every 14 seconds.
Okay, so Leenock with the second TC up. Or sorry, LucifroN with the second TC up. Leenock up to the next age, and it's going to be a probably 6 villager difference by the time he gets there.
Yeah,
probably. 4 villager difference, and there's the third TC.
Okay, triple TC into single TC Mongols with step readout. What production is Leenock getting? Siege engineering, advanced, most likely.
Oh, wow, he killed a villager on the berries.
2 villagers.
2!
My word.
Worth.
That is a arrow slit emplacement with 8 range. It has a deceptively long range. Well, that sucks for LucifroN. Great pick-offs there by Leenock.
Yeah, he even added a camel archer in here. So he's got a little bit of mobility, but Leenock now going for men-at-arms. He did ignite that house, so he's going to get...
Raid bonus. 25 food and gold going to Leenock's coffers.
And there's the first ram of the game coming up behind the original TC. Leenock still without any army coming across here, so he's just slowly building it up 1 step at a time, and there we go. There are the first Castle Age units starting to make their way across.
2 knights at a time, men-at-arms coming out. His first postures has finished, and Leenock is flooding across. He's very low in population count, but I guess yeah, they're both quite low. Sometimes, you know, you see so much happening, you see lots of buildings you're expecting to get into that 80.
Well, they're pretty, I mean, they're pretty far away, to be fair.
How far they spawn away from each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now a wall is coming up. Will it be on time, Dave?
Well, will this ramp go down?
That's the problem when there's still spearmen in the outpost. You must come and defend it with archers, or it's just going to get torched down. Outpost is now shooting at archers and camels. Horsemen come in to chase the Khan away. This ram, it's able to get torched down again by Leenock. There we go, 1 torch attack, 2 torch attack. The men-at-arms are stopping the wall. They're trying to stop the wall. The spearmen are killing the ram. It has about, what, 80 life left or so.
Yeah, it doesn't have much at all. The archers pushed away 1 more time, but the outpost does go down. Remember, it had arrow slits on it, so that's a valuable placement there for Leenock, and
he's
going to run away. Is he still open on this side? That's what you have to wonder. I believe he is.
Oh, it's super open. Because
well, no, because there's just a path through the middle.
Giant path. Wait, let me get my looking glass. Is it?
I'll get my measuring tape here and
Let's
figure
see.
it out.
Yes, it's 12 spaces across. Wait, it's more open than we thought. Oh, no, never mind.
No.
Okay,
They're just dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not as dumb as us, though.
that would be quite the achievement. Another villager goes down here. Spearman trying to take care of that horseman, and Leenock at 38 villagers. LucifroN now gaining a pretty significant advantage. 49 villagers for him.
Wheelbarrow and Deerstone Yamara upgrade for Leenock is now getting broad access. LucifroN has zilch, not a single eco upgrade except Golden Age, I suppose. More Lancers are coming in. I mean, it feels like we're looking at where Leenock takes an advantage against LucifroN that can barely be come back from, but on the other hand, there's triple TC with villager production.
I mean, if you were to ask me which position I favor here, I wouldn't.
It's Leenock, no?
Yeah, I wouldn't be sure though, because like 3 TC,
Yeah.
55 villagers. Like he's got map control, sure, but I think we're influenced more by the damage we've seen done in the early game.
Yeah, that's true, and it's damage, early game, and present time versus resilience.
Yeah.
And bounce back ability. Honestly, I would put down a fourth TC if I were LucifroN. Just make sure that villager losses are a bargaining. You're barter trading. I give you 20 villagers and I take a fourth TC and I make spares, and you're gonna run a low economy Lancer army into me. With the perfect info that I have, I would say get that stone, fourth TC, and make loads of spears.
Oh, is this another ram being thrown away?
Well, it's a ram for an outpost again, right? It did what it needed to do. The final outpost is gone. I think LucifroN is stabilizing, actually.
Yeah, he does have a lot of wood in the bank, though. He needs to spend his wood.
Farms?
I think he needs to drop a bazillion farms. You see he's struggling for food in the bank there. He dropped some farms on the right side, but I think he needs to drop more. He's just constantly distracted by the little 1 or 2 unit raids coming in from Leenock, and Leenock is back again. He's awoken from his slumber, and he's going to start picking off villagers. Going to pick one off under that town center. And 60 villagers for LucifroN, 44 for Leenock, and there he goes. This is what I was talking about, Grubby. Buying the wood for that second town center.
Love it. With that step readout, now finally comes in the big swarm of farms, even as he makes them. Before he can harvest from it, knights are coming in once again. They're called lancers, but they're the same. A camel archer is here to help defend. It's kind of scary, Knights not doing as much damage.
Still,
and it has decent damage back.
Leenock's done a great job keeping the army numbers down. Like at one point, LucifroN had maybe 10 archers. That con was so close to death. He had 10 archers or so, and Leenock has whittled them down. He's kept the camel archer numbers low. He's kept the spearman numbers low, and LucifroN has 6 military on the field right now.
6 military on the field. That's nothing. That can't just die. I think that spearman chased the Khan, and it was. You can click the icon on the left, I think, and then.
15 HP.
Okay, it did not die.
Nope,
Wow.
spearman.
That's like the best Khan control I've ever seen.
That Khan has been there harassing the entire game.
Yeah.
The entire game. It's been so annoying. A thorn in the side of LucifroN. And now he's going to bait another spearman just out of the range of the camel archer, and he'll probably kill yet another one. The control from Leenock is amazing, and once again in with 2 units on the right side, harassing villagers once again. 66 villagers to 52. Leenock has his second town center now.
Yep. Yeah, he's working on equalizing that. He's got the sacred side as well, and wow, he doesn't have... Okay, is that finally the Khan dead for once and for all?
Khan's dead. It's going to attack the.
It's
going to attack the knight though.
Yep.
All right. Yeah. The Khan gets away. He can't keep getting away with it.
LucifroN keeps getting destabilized by Leenock. It's so good what Leenock is doing here with these little forces. There is a semi-wall. He didn't wall across the deer location yet, nor any of the other areas. LucifroN is trying to scramble to defend so hard, but he's unable to. 1 relic in control for Leenock.
If this keeps up, Leenock is going to, like, if he keeps up with the raids that he's doing, Leenock's going to have the better eco, and he's going to have the better map position.
Yeah.
But it all comes down to whether LucifroN can stabilize. And it looks like Leenock is now investing into quite a bit of military. He's got men-at-arms, he's got archers coming out. He's suddenly decided that he has the eco to sustain this, and the Khan gets away. He can't keep getting away with this, Grubby. Surely he can't.
Or can he? As Leenock now is basically enacting what many other civs have done so far on this map. He's starting to fortify the position around the sacred site. He may not have access to keeps, but just like the Power Rangers, many different elements can become one powerful force. And when he combines these outposts, they're Captain Planet. They're going to defend that sacred site from pollution.
As soon as the Camel Archer turns around, the Khan's like, nope, I'm back at you again. Crazy control there from Leenock. Absolutely insane.
And LucifroN is making spears still. He's just trying to defend against those lancers.
What is that wall?
I think that's finally the wall that he needed to make earlier, right?
But there's still a gap in the middle.
Yeah, he didn't finish it yet. He's working on it.
Yeah. There's a solitary men-at-arm, though, running across the field, chanting his battle cry as he charges into the enemy economy. Horseman chasing down the Khan. The Horseman has the speed to catch up, but I think the Khan will save his life once again by going towards those outposts, and the army even sprinkled in placement in that outpost, and the Camel Archer won't work, and the Khan has once again gotten 2 units. The Khan has been at like 15 HP for the last 5 minutes, and it keeps baiting units away from LucifroN's base. I want to see a kill tracker on that thing.
It's a lot. I want to see a confidence tracker on that Khan. How much of LucifroN's confidence did he actually crush? And I think it's a lot. LucifroN finally went to Castle Age. He's running out of time, Dave.
Yeah, he's running out of time. 82 villagers versus 68. And Leenock has wheelbarrow. He's got both the wood upgrades now. Like, his economy is looking really great. And look at his blacksmith upgrades even.
Fantastic.
Yeah. 2
ranged armor, 1/1/1 of everything else. LucifroN has nothing. What's he gonna make? Just men-at-arms and rush into 5 sprinkled towers.
Yeah, and Leenock even has some stone left over too. This is great. This is absolutely fantastic play.
If Leenock ends up winning this map and this series, he will have done so in a way that leaves no doubt that
he's the better player.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Today.
You can see it just from this right now. I mean, LucifroN is trying to hold on. I think many other players would have already been dead in this situation, to be fair. True. Like, LucifroN has done an amazing job to keep himself alive, but it's just so much control. He's using the Civ perfectly, and the Khan is, it's just every time we go back there, he's just baiting another unit to follow him.
Infuriating to the highest order. But there's not been a single player in this tournament that has been able to use their Khan this well.
Yep. Yep, and this is the key to the Mongols. And I think the problem with the Mongols early in the tournament, even in the last couple rounds, has been that people didn't practice them. They only practiced playing against them. So that was the weakness. And now Leenock is showing that they can be extremely strong, as we suspected going in, if you are a very high APM player, if you are very attentive to your single units like the Khan or your raiding forces, and if you had economy behind them with that second TC.
Yeah, you mentioned it. That step readout trend. Oh, he's going to get big shots in on the farms and on the mills. Another shot. And look at this. Look at his food right now. 500 food. Once he gets another shot, 600 food. Bam.
Yep.
And 750. Boom. He gets.
And the men-at-arms in on the wood line too.
150 gold, 150 food from that shot.
Yep, men-at-arms pushing under that TC. Look at the mass evacuation there. Oh boy, only spearmen for LucifroN. LucifroN is in the third H. He does have Springleds. Leenock sniping one of those. He got the first shot, which is great. Building another Springled and looping around with the men-at-arms to try and get damage. Here comes the Khan, and LucifroN has to be like, I've had enough of this stupid unit. Please leave.
Yeah, and the spears cannot get a hit in on the Khan. It immediately moves around. It's leading the army to kill the Springleds there as Mangonels are coming in, trying to get more shots. If you can get a shot on the Spearman!
Spearman! Oh, they tanked. They tanked a lot of that. Some of those spearmen going down. The other ones deciding just to charge and sacrifice their lives to get that Mangonel. They get one, but the other one unpacks behind. Mangonel now being built from LucifroN. Springle went forward and took that Mangonel out before it was finished, but the Springle goes down, and all the army for LucifroN is gone. He has three military. He's typing GG, I believe, and Leenock is going through top 6, baby, and he stays in the tournament.
Oh, Leenock, he was so nervous for this. He wasn't initially confident in his Mongols. Now with the 3-1 victory, so deserved. Amazing con control. Picking the Mongols here on King of the Hill in a matchup where many players have felt that Abbasid resists the Mongol pressure very well. But he made so many micro and macro improvements to his play.
Yep. That just shows how to use that Civ perfectly. Like, absolutely perfectly. And he only threw away units when he thought it was worth a trade. Like the cavalry going in, you know, he would take 4 villagers or he would kill 4 archers or something. He wasn't tossing them away to TC fire. He was distracting on the one side with the con, sending the raids in, taking a calculated risk, and always got some value.
Good outpost placement as well, covering the majority of those berries that we pointed out were in a fairly good position for defense. Keeping his spearmen constantly attacking the rams. We can see Leenock popping open a soda, some much-deserved drinks after a heated match.
That was insane. I have a lot more respect for Leenock after that performance. Like, LucifroN played well this entire tournament. He tried to defend, especially in that last game, and it just wasn't it. His Mongols' performance was really good against the Chinese, too. Like, we have to give credit to that. Yeah. Felt like there was 2 Mongol wins here. It felt like both of these players really understood or went back to the drawing board and relearned how to play the civilization once again.
And now that Mongols has been a bit nerfed, that has initially underperformed in the tournament, they're starting to trend up a bit. Yeah. And we're getting to a position where they become a welcome addition to the Civ roster, because the style that they bring, unique, isn't it?
They're not oppressive. They're just really, really good in certain circumstances, and it feels like a high-skill play.
You can do early aggression. Yeah. You can use the con and leverage it for
And you
vision.
can even go into eco after that, which many people weren't doing before.
Just go 1 TC.
Exactly.
Just rush. Just try to win the game early. No, 2nd TC, step redoubt. Couple of pastures. Slot them in when you can while keeping up the pressure. Beautiful clinical play here by Leenock with, once again, a deserved 3-1 victory. Commiserations for LucifroN, who will be in the 7th position. He will be eliminated. He said he is going to continue playing Age of Empires 4 and look forward over the horizon to the next challenge, for example, Gold League. So we will see more from him. An amazing competitor, great guy. He'll be 7th this time, but there can be no shame in that. There's an amazing roster of players here.
Well, he has his brother to carry the torch.
He'll be supporting him for sure.
I mean, it has to be a mixed bag. Like, you go out of the tournament, right? You have the last match of the group stage. You go out, but then you can kind of cheer for your brother at the same time. So obviously not ideal, but not the worst thing in the world. At least both of you didn't go out.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. VortiX is still in, joined by TheMista, MarineLorD, Beastyqt, now Leenock, and DeMusliM. Did I mention?
DeMusliM.
DeMusliM. Yeah. I said right.
Yeah. Yep. We've got fantastic group of 6 players, and we have an interview here with Leenock.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's grill him.
Hello, guys.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Today, here in the lounge area, you seem more quiet. You seem very thoughtful, thinking about the match.
Yes.
How nervous were you?
Just very stressful about is winner go up, loser go down. So just a very important match. So really thinking and just can't speaking. Just thinking.
Was it hard to play the last match? Because now you have so many hours, you're watching the games, you're waiting, more nervous, energy, building all day and just waiting, and it's hard? Or were you happy that you have more time to think?
Actually, I like first play.
Early play.
Yeah, but this time is not bad because really too many thinking and this time is good to me, I think.
What did you change going into today?
I really don't know LucifroN do what this faction on any map really, very confused, but now just today I thinking just I confidence faction I will do. So just first play Abbasid, second French, third China, like this, and it's good.
Play your strong ones on maps where you like to play them, and not overthinking what am I facing.
Yes. And when I lose to China, and really I feel more nervous because my Mongol and another is I think not too strong, so a little nervous. But I too many played Abbasid, so maybe I can win because I know Abbasid.
Ah. And then in that game, you use Mongols. I was saying, Leenock not have heart to pick Mongols now because you not so many confidence with Mongols. Dave was saying he has to take Mongols. He has to choose it now. Dave was right. You went with Mongols, and you had the best Khan control we've ever seen in this tournament.
It was so good, man. The Khan, oh my god.
Why never die?
Too much focus. Too much focus. Really. It's can't die. I think can't die is my die.
Really?
So I die. So never die.
How many times do you think you clicked the Khan?
Maybe almost 500 in this game.
Game two civilization. Game one. LucifoN played Holy Roman Empire.
Yes, right.
On Highview.
Yes.
And you were Abbasid dynasty.
Yeah.
Maybe Abbasid have two strategy to Holy Roman.
Yes, right.
You early go 1 TC, stop castle, stop H3 from LucifroN, or you 2 TC, later make unit and try stop relic. You go 1 TC, early stop castle, and non-stop control fight, micro fight. How feeling about that game?
I know reason to like play this because more and more villagers, not important rally, you know.
Yes.
If more villagers,
Yes.
so if you fight a long time
Yeah.
on second age, so I don't care about he take relic or not.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah. So what? Sorry, I'm not patronizing. Okay, just helping here, and I know he doesn't mind. So basically, the more villagers there are, the smaller percentage the relic income constitutes when it comes to So instead of forming like 50% bonus income, it's only 20% bonus income. So his number one goal is going to be to delay those relics and make sure that they don't constitute as large of a percentage of the economy. So you want to slow down the game, and then we called you the Leenocktopus because you're attacking from many different sides. Is that nickname okay, by the way?
Anyway, when I play StarCraft, or maybe in like MLG, that time have that nickname.
Yeah.
So
it's okay, or should we?
I okay. I hope to have eight arm.
You were attacking him from every side. Kill one villager. Kill one villager. Kill one villager. Legend skill.
But legend skill, but too tired.
Who do you want to play?
I don't care more. Just anyone I can do it. I think.
Do you feel like you can beat anyone?
Yes, I can.
Good.
I think I'm more confident for best of 7, than best of 5. So I don't care anyone.
Good. That's what we want to hear.
Thank you.
Congrats, man.
Thank you.
That was amazing. And
Congratulations and have a good rest. And good luck on Friday in the quarterfinals.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And thank you, everyone, for tuning in to today. I think we're going to have some more highlights. I need to get a cue from Nilly, who's running over here right now, to let me know what's going on. Obviously, Leenock making it into the top